Kuro Games just announced a brand new weapon series called the Poetry and Paean series, and all of its information have been released by Kuro at their Twitter account. So today I'm going to go through everything about this weapon, either it is useful or not, and should you craft it or save that material. So let's get into it. Let's start up with its passive. This weapon passive is all the same throughout its weapon type, either from the pistol to the broad blade. Dealing damage to enemies with negative status increase the wielder's attack by 4% for 10 seconds. The buff can be increased by level up the synchronization of the weapon to level 5. This effect can be triggered 1 time per second and stackable up to 4 times, meaning that you can get up to 16% attack buff at rank 1. Not only that, this weapon series can be considered as one of the weapons that have the highest base attack within the 4-star weapon category. Even though it have the high base attack, the downside of it has the lowest attack percent as the second stats. Well, it is normal like give and take. High base attack, lower second stats, and lower base attack with the highest second stats. So this weapon is, well, we can consider as the first one that mentioned about the negative status, and of course we are going to talk about what is negative status. Negative status, as far as we know, only enemies can apply that to the resonator, for example like arrow erosion, electro flare, glacial chaff, fusion burst, spectral frazzle, and Havoc Bane. Now, Kuro Game mentioned about this thing could potentially mean one thing. The upcoming Resonator will be able to apply this negative status to the enemies, and Kuro could also revamp the old Resonator kit to be able to apply this effect, but that could take a lot of time for Kuro to do that. But hey, let's just wait for it to happen. This could also mean that we are going to be introduced into another new type of meta within Wuthering Wave, but also happen on the other gacha games. This weapon series actually can be used by a lot of characters, especially with the DPS Resonator that you want to spend more time on field and the one that deal a lot of damage. But since this weapon mentioned about the negative status, so take it into the consideration before putting on everyone might be your best action to do. This will also mean that we can't really craft it unless Kuro announce who Resonator can deal negative status and who cannot. This weapon series also can be greatly combined with upcoming Sonata effect like the Eternal Radiance, where inflicting enemies with Spectral Frazzle will increase the wearer crit rate by 20% and upon stacking up to 10 times will grant 50% spectral damage. We might see another new type of Sonata effect in the upcoming version, where it will greatly make use of this negative status, where it will help our Resonator damage input even more. So to fully summarize about this weapon, it is actually, surprisingly, a good weapon to fully take advantage of this negative status. But for now, we can't really use it since none of the current characters can inflict enemies this status. The buff provided by the weapon is also a good thing, especially if you increase its rank to level 5, where the attack percent will be increased up to 32%, which is a good buff, especially for your upcoming DPS character. I would rate this weapon 8.5 out of 10. One thing that I could hope is that the second stats will be perfect if it is crit rate or maybe crit damage. Since we already got a lot of attack buff from the passive, so why not put any crit value on the second stats? Also, I want to mention about the new 4-star rectifier, Call of the Abyss, where this weapon will be great to put on Warina, Showkeeper, and Baiji. This weapon can be obtained by completing certain feature event on the next version 2.0. The weapon passive is by casting Resonance Liberation, the weapon will increase the Resonator's healing bonus by 16% for 15 seconds, and that passive scream both 3 of this character, this Resonator, and the Abyss in slot for free-to-play option and increase their healing effectiveness. So what's your thought on this upcoming weapon? Do you like it or do you prefer something else than this? Let me know on the comment down below. If you find this video is helpful to you, please kindly leave a big fat thumbs up on it and subscribe for more video like this on the future. As always, I will see you lot in the next one. Goodbye.